Hello, English Flint Man. Yeah, being that we're coming towards the end of the year, I thought I'd line a few up and just show you my progress in that year. This basically, from memory, I'd probably say this was probably my first shape, as it were, which was a piece of porcelain tile, and I thought I'd actually done really well there, considering. This was like a heart shape I did, which I thought I got lucky, really. And I thought it was quite a decent looking thingy until you turn it sideways, and then you can see how not decent it is. This is just from memory, most of this. You can see most of these are really on the thick side. That's another piece of flint. Another floor tile, or wall tile. Obviously done a much better job with that, but bang, still thick. Obsidian, mahogany obsidian, which I bought off Taylor Doyle. Sent it to me, and that was the best that I did with it, and that was probably quite a few months in, because most of the stuff was just broken anyway. There's another. Let's change this. There's another one there, mahogany obsidian. Yeah, it's not the worst, but obviously fat as anything. Another piece of English flint. Didn't know how to pick the edges at all, so we had a flat side and a turtle back side. Same with that, just like a normal sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, some sort of point of some sort. This is just like a biface, which I thought I'd done really well, but you can see the flat side. Didn't realise how you could lift that edge. Little fish shape, but obviously all out of proportion, because at this stage all I was doing was just breaking everything. So yeah, sorry about the light in here, it's a bit crap. That's Dacite, which, considering how long ago I'd done it, hasn't come out too bad. I don't know what this is. Just something that I just dreamed up in my head. Obviously, all out of proportion. That's just really, really fat again. This was a piece of, I think it was Edwards Chert or something like that. Got that from America. Done quite well with that. Really liked it, but obviously run out of material pretty quick because that was a heat treat as well. This is really weird because this was my, this was actually a flake that there's still a bit of a cortex on it, but you can see how thin that is at there. But then when you get to the back, it's really fat, because I'd probably say this was over a year ago I did this, but it was more luck than anything else. I mean, the edges are not really picked very well. Yeah, a bit of cortex there. So thin at the front, fat at the end. This was trying to do a spear, but obviously you can see the difference between that. So I started to improve, and then I sort of kept going backwards. There's There's obviously another point of some sort. Ridiculously fat. I was going to try and rework these now, but I'm not going to. I just want to try and remember as they was. That looks like some sort of aeroplane or something. God knows what I was thinking there. But it's all practice. This is another. This is not too bad, this one. Yeah, once again, fat at the back, thin there. But I thought I'd done really well with that. These are getting further down the line, obviously still fat, but starting to pick the edges and do a bit of a notching as well. That's just a heart I did. Quite a nice. But obviously the thickness, it's all about the thickness. There's another one. I've sort of done these in order to try and sort of remember. Once again, symmetry is not too bad, but the finish isn't great. Still on the fat theme. As we get further down the line, this was, I'd probably say a good few months ago, sort of trying to do it from memory. So they're starting to improve a bit now, a bit less, bit up and down, but obviously starting to improve. This was a piece of root beer. That was a bit of a success. I started to do the notching by this stage. That was probably about 3-4 months ago. And then obviously they're starting to thin out a bit. So they're getting thinner as they go. This was a nice little one out of Dacite I did. Thinner, starting to get thin. Thinner but a little bit raised in places. That weren't too bad. Birdie points, little points, which I could not do at all. This came out really nice. This is quite thin. Another little one there. Obviously starting to thin out a bit. Another Dacite point. Getting thinner as they go. Little birdie point, little barbed and tang. And these are my sort of up-to-date stuff. This was my barbed and tang that I did the other day. Probably one of the best ones I've done. Quite a decent symmetry to it. Yeah. So there's just a sample of a year's worth of progress. There's others in here, which obviously I've done a couple of daggers. This was quite a nice one, come out quite well. You can see how thinner they're getting. This was a nice one. Quite a long blade on that. So yeah. So that's, there's another one there that I've sort of missed out on. You can see how they've... So, I mean, at the end of the day, we've gone from, to recap, basically, we've gone from that to that in a year, just over a year. That's napping 3 or 4 times a week. So I really want to have a go with these again, but I'd rather not. I just keep them as they are. But yeah. So just a little video there to end off the end of the year. And yeah. Hope you liked it. Like and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.